Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema, or I guess tonight, in a way, it's the Call to Giallo, or Giallo, whichever you prefer. Because tonight we're unboxing some Arrow stuff, and some of it, helps if I have it up like this, is going to be Giallo. And that, my friends, should be a lot of fun. So this is a later one than I normally do now. And I have to move that light because it's too bright. Don't you think it's too bright? I look like even whiter than I am. I'm a pretty white dude. But hey there, Alan. The first one here. I have got my Arrow video. Hey there, Mark. Releases today, and a lot of them are Giallo. And if you are, especially if you're a member of the Crimson Cult, the my Patreon channel, then you're really going to see this. Hey there, Alvin, because hey there, Antoine. We're looking at some really cool stuff. Let me just see if I can just get this light a bit farther away. Hey, Chris. So it's not exactly. So I'm not. So I don't look like I'm powder from like that movie. So I have a. Put it down like this. Box here of Arrow video releases, and well, actually, one of them is not an Arrow video release. Hey there, Jason. I got it today. There are 9 titles in total, and I'm actually very excited about this. So we'll look into the titles here. I'll tell you how some of it is going to affect my channel. Hey there, Marcia. Michael. Garcia. I just put your first and last name totally together. You did make it this time. Hey there, Jordan. So let's start off with the non-Arrow title first, and we'll go from there. And then we'll look at some stuff. Now, there's been so many like guesses and rumors on the whole. Hey there, George, on the whole Vinegar Syndrome thing. The latest one, by the way, was Meet the Hollowheads. Don't think that's going to be it, but apparently that's the latest guess. All right, so first off is one from Fabulous, and I don't think I've got anything from Fabulous. This may be my first Fabulous title I got, but I collect anthology films. And for those that know me, they know that I'm a huge fan of the genre, and this is right here, Tales That Witness Madness. Now, this is kind of a cool little one. It is directed by Freddie Francis, of course, the famous Hammer director, famous cinematographer. Hey there, Chris. Here's the Vinegar Syndrome Beastmaster box set. So you get a replacement disc to rest for it. Yeah, I did get a replacement disc actually. If the replacement wasn't already put in there for you, then I think the newer ones didn't need replacement discs unless you just put it in there for anyway. Oh, you like the video game stuff? I'm doing more of that actually. I'm actually even having like some of my patrons like in for like a video game session. So this is Tales of sorry, Tales of Witness Madness. It has a great cast. I'm pretty good with Scanner's Cop, but I'm not quite sure what the late Cable one is going to be. I haven't liked the guesses so far. Well, they've been kind of like there before. It was like, okay, it's going to be Alien from LA. Then it was going to be like, I was going to Meet the Hollowheads. Neither one of those feel like they should be good. So the cast here we got is Kim Novak, Joan Collins, Jack Hawkins, Donald Houston, Michael Jason, Susie Kendall, Peter McHenry, Michael Petrovich, Donald Pleasance. That's the most depressing thing I've heard, Logan Masker. Don't come out with that stuff, man. People are real. They don't fade away. This is an odd little title. What's really kind of different about it is that pretty much the interior, just look at that. this is pretty much the storyline of the film. So rather than like really, I guess, going in any behind the scenes stuff or anything like that, they pretty much just give like a big description of the film on the interior of the case. Not quite sure why. There's no actual features on this, but I think Olive put an addition to this out. But I just wanted to have this one in my collection. It's not one of the better Giallos, uh, but sort of Giallos. Well, not one of the better anthologies, but it's fun. There's like fun parts to this. Like it's not up there with the Asylum or anything like that. Hey there, Twisted Cinema. Welcome. Don't the Giallo, by the way, I'm waiting for last. There's a reason I'm waiting for last on those. I figured this is going to be probably my last Arrow order in a while. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to. It has Donald Pleasance, Kim Novak, and Joan Collins. It's not low budget. Is I wanted to make sure that I filled in some holes in my collection that I really, really wanted to get. So let's start off with a Arrow Academy release, and right here is Phantom Lady, which is actually really, really cool. So I'm really excited to get this one here. Let's see if there's anything inside this one. I don't think there is. Like there's an art card. So it's the art card for the Hired Hand, which we, of course, is already out now, so we already know about this one. Alternate artwork. It's actually pretty cool. Now this has some great features on it. It's got an hour-length documentary on film noir. It has an hour-length radio show here. Basically the radio version of this film with from Lux Theater with Alan Curtis and Ella Raines. But this is a really, hey there, Cobra Viper, welcome. And it's a really different one too, because basically what we get here, I think it's okay to have it pushed back a little bit, because look what's coming out, man. Look at all the stuff coming out, Antoine. So you want to have your money saved for the sale coming up in about a week. So that'll maybe help you a bit, unless you've already got pre-ordered, then it's not so good there. But basically, it's a little bit twist on the Wrong Man storyline that you see in Hitchcock. And basically, hey there, Dustin. The idea is that instead of like the guy going on the run, to prove his innocence, he has a secretary, and she is the one that's actually out there to prove his innocence. So it's instead of the guy, grabbing the girl and them getting together, and them being on the run, it's her trying to do it. So actually, that's kind of cool. I really like that. Elijah Cook Jr. is in this, and he's always good. So I'm super stoked with this one here. It is not easy, but recently I haven't been watching a lot. Next up is another one that I've been like really that I want to get for ages, and this is Horror Express. Now, like most people, Horror Express is something that I watched like when I was a kid, and it would come on like pretty much constantly on our TV. Now, I know Severin put out an edition of this a few years back, but the print was kind of dodgy, I heard. So I waited on it, and I said, okay, when a good edition of Horror Express comes out, I'm gonna grab it. And so we got looks like it's here. I love the artwork on this. Feature-wise, it's a brand new 2K restoration, original uncompressed mono audio, optional subtitles, a brand new commentary with Stephen Jones and Kim Newman. I think a lot of the stuff other than that is kind of like kind of transferred over. And we get like Tick to Die, filmmaker Steve Haberman offers up an appreciation of Horror Express. Night Train to Nowhere, filmmaker Ted Newsom on Horror Express and his late friend, producer Bernard Gordon, Murder on the Trans-Siberian Express, an archival interview with director Eugenio Martin. Notes from the Blacklist, Horror Express producer Bernard Gordon on working in Hollywood during the McCarthy era, which would be really interesting. And Telling Me, an archival interview with composer John Kakavas, an archival introduction to the film by film journalist Chris Alexander, with reversible sleeves by Graham Humphreys. Yeah, I've been waiting for like a really good one of this. I love this cover. Both these covers are great, actually. Look at that. And this, this is a classic. Shout out to Drive, and that's nice. Next up is a Nika Mastorakis release, and that is The Wind. This is a particularly good film. I actually really like this one. I haven't seen it in years, but I utterly adore this movie. It has some of my favorite actors. That we got Meg Foster, Wings Hauser. Love Wings Hauser. Robert Morley too. Yeah, Robert Morley's in this one here, and the guy from the Spy Show, and now NCIS actually. But anyway, so we got a brand new restoration of the film with optional English subtitles and optional Greek subtitles, which sound kind of cool. But I gotta get silent. Brand new interview with director Nico Mastorakis. I think it runs about an hour long too. It's actually a pretty long interview. The Sound of Wind. So this is kind of neat. I actually had their way. Probably would have preferred them put it on its own like CD, but it does have the complete soundtrack here for The Wind. It is like a really good film. Like people like underrate this one a lot. And there is the alternate artwork. And this one does have a booklet. Oh, you like it too, George, huh? Hey there, Video Store. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Nika Mastorakis, and Getting the Wind, which is, definitely cool. Prime Wings Hauser, so always a great thing. Now, the last thing before I go into the before I go to Giallo, is one that I have been wanting for ages, and you've heard me talk about it too, and that is this one right here. So when I was younger, when I was a teenager, this movie, they had like two versions of it at the video store on VHS. There was one that had a light blue cover and one that had a pink cover. One of them was pretty much the theatrical, the R-rated cut, and the other one was the unrated cut of the film. So you'd always try and get the unrated cut, but sometimes, the unrated cut would be gone out and you'd have to get the R-rated cut. I think it took me a while to get the unrated cut because it used to be sold out all the time, be rented out all the time. I love this movie. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Anthony Perkins. I'm incredible fan of Kathleen Turner. Is the blue cover? I got to check that. So brand new 2K restoration. Of course, this is a Ken Russell film, so you're gonna need some of the cool Ken Russell weirdness in there, which I love. Subtitles here, audio commentary with director Ken Russell and producer Barry Sandler. 7 deleted extended scenes with optional commentary by Sandler. That should be cool. Brand new interview with Sandler recorded especially for this here particular release. Brand new interview with composer Rick Wakeman. Oh, nice. Recorded especially for this release. It's a Lovely Life music video. That's going to be cool. And it has the Naked Lunch postcard. So it is a Blu-ray and DVD release. I love the fact that it does this because, see, Blu-ray, you got the pink cover and you got the blue. And for those that had been, like I just mentioned, hey there, Cupid, that grew up like watching this film on VHS, you had to look for the right background so that you get the uncut version. This here is Crimes of Passion. That's Kathleen Turner right there as China Blue. Hey there, Dave. Yeah, she plays this like, I think she's got like this high-powered job. It's been a long time. This has been VHS since I've seen this, guys. She got this high-powered job, and like at night she plays this. She becomes this like prostitute named China Blue, and it's got like this kind of like cool like street sense to it. Anthony Perkins is this twisted priest character, and there's a guy in it too. I think it's like there's I spent a long time. Like a detective or something that's following her that was hired by the by her company because they're suspicious. But anyway, it's a great film. It's a Ken Russell classic. Love this movie. Definitely want to pick up, George. All right, 4 more, and they are all Giallo. We'll start with the one that I watched tonight, and which is the reason that I'm on late right now. Anthony Perkins was just amazing, Jason. Everything he did. When I was going to go into acting, when I wanted to act, Anthony Perkins was one of the actors that I definitely looked at the way that he did things. He just made such incredible choices in his acting roles. So there was a box set, and I probably got it over here. I do actually. Oh, do I? Probably got it over there somewhere. And it was a Luciano Ercoli box set that was put out. Yeah, it's over there somewhere, but I can't get to it right now. And it had in it, anyway, Death Walks with a Cane, and what's the other one? Death. Why was not watch taken off? It is such cool stuff. The Chosen. I'll check it out, Alan. It's probably gonna be a while before I can check it out because there's so much. But Luciano Ercoli there's a box set. Death Carries a Cane, and God. But anyway, so they both had. I think it was Dagmar Lessender, and he works with his wife too, who's Neves Navarro, otherwise known as Susan Scott. I'll check. I got a few cartoons before I can watch Bad Batch, but I'm going to check it out. Not at all, Kubrick. Post away. So this is a Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. There are 3 films in Luciano Ercoli's Giallo trilogy. The other 2 were put out initially as a box set, and the third one, which is actually the first one, was put out on its own right here. And I finally have all 3. So yes, for those here that are in the are on my Patreon, we will be doing an Ercoli-centric video coming up when we start the Cult of Giallo. I've been really wanting to talk about him and the stuff that he. Well, there we go. Thanks, Twisted Cinema. Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight. Thank you. So super stoked to talk about these. I thought I had this originally. This is a really good one. Definitely on right. This is a really, really good one with a great cast. Feature-wise on here, we got a commentary with Kat Ellinger, so you know that's going to be great. We got Private Pictures, a newly edited documentary featuring archival interviews with actress Neves Navarro, otherwise known as Susan Scott. She was and director Luciano Ercoli. A new interview material with the writer Ernesto Gastaldi. And as you guys know, Ernesto Gastaldi is one of the great. Hey there, Dennis. Welcome. Hey, Brenda. Ernesto Gastaldi is one of the great Giallo writers of all time. And it's anytime you see his name, you're pretty good. You're pretty safe with the film. Forbidden soundtrack of the big 3, a new appreciation of the music of the forbidden photos and 70s cult cinema by musician and soundtrack collector Lovely John. The Forbidden Lady, a Q&A with actress Dagmar Lessender, done in 2016 at the Festival of Fantastic Films. Original Italian and English language trailers. Actually, when you watch this, I'll ask you if you want to watch the English or the Italian version of the film. So you can choose either. And if you're on my Patreon, we have an Ercoli episode coming up. Might be one of the very first Cult of Giallos that we do. Next up is, well, it's a classic. It's by the director of Footsteps on the Moon. So you can guess what it is now for those Giallo fans. So yes, it's by Lucio Bazzoni. And it's one of the, definitive Giallos, one of the ones that's a bit different. And it was the only Giallo, I'm pretty sure it's the only Giallo that Franco Nero made. Hey there, Matt, welcome. So anybody want to guess? It's a Giallo directed by Lucio Bazzoni, and it's not Footsteps on the Moon. And it's the only Giallo, as far as I can remember, that Franco Nero acted in. Franco Nero, of course, acted in a lot of westerns, a lot of other style films. Perfect, Frankie. It is the fifth chord. This is a classic. This is a stone cold classic. Fantastic Giallo, does things a little bit differently, but really, really good. And I can't believe it took me this long to get this one in my collection because it is such a good film. I think I had like an old DVD of this one. Feature-wise on this one, we get a new 2K restoration, Lasso's mono Italian and English soundtracks, and subtitles for the Italian soundtrack, optioning subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We get Lines and Wisps and Shadows, a new video essay by Rachel Nesbitt, a new audio commentary by Travis Crawford. I love Rachel Nesbitt's video essays. Whiskey Galore, a new video interview with author and critic Michael McKenzie, which you know is going to be fantastic. Michael McKenzie worked on the recent release of Phenomenon, which was gifted to me by Destin. And it is such a freaking good release. It's got a 2-hour-long documentary, and the way that he worked to put Phenomenon back together again was just incredible. The rhythm section, new video interview with Eugenio Abiaso, rare previously unseen deleted sequence, nice, restored from the original negative. Franco dubbed his own. A lot of times they do. I do prefer, like, for a lot of them, unless it has a heavy like English speaking cast. Even if they do speak in English, I do prefer. I'll go for the Italian language because I know that a lot of times most of the actors in the film are more. That's what they're more adept with. So you get I find you get their acting a better. Get better acting when you watch the Italian version. Now, when I watched Phenomenon, I watched it with the English version because the main actors, we got our Jennifer Connelly, Donald Pleasance, and you don't want to have people dubbing over them. But such a cool one. Again, I think it's the same booklet. Oh, Jazz of Death from the William Griffith set, which I got from George. Let's look at the alternate artwork. Giallos usually have fantastic artwork. Do my close friends and family like Giallo? My better half actually does, which was surprising actually, because she loves the mystery part of it. Now, not everyone. She doesn't have everyone, but she'll watch some of it. I love the pulpish look to the artwork. But yeah, most people don't like Giallo. Even if they don't like horror, most people don't like Giallo. Around me, anyway. Birth Curse of Bones was a good place to start. Some of these here are great too, by the way. So here's a very different one. Obsessed with Giallo? Well, Frankie, you've come to the right place, man. This was a Giallo, and I don't know if Quiet Place of the Country is really Giallo. I have to rewatch it, but certain aspects, but I don't know if I would call it Giallo. But it's been a while, so you could be right, Twisted Cinema, because I haven't seen it for a long time. So this Giallo is not just set, but it actually is shot in Dublin. So we have, yes, exactly. If you're here, guys, and you're watching this video right now, and you have not yet hit the like button, please do so. For the person that hit the dislike button, I still got you. Sucker. But this one was shot in Dublin. And it is by Ricardo Frida. The Iguana with the Tongue of Fire. Gotta love that title. What an insane title. Did I really? Fantastic. 85. You might take pictures, man. I want to see some stuff the Dollar Tree has. So this is a cool little release. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie because this is a bit of a different one. And I think this one came out in 71. So this is what came out the same year as Birth of Crystal Plumage. So it's a bit an early Giallo. So it would have come out before it had a chance to be like affected by the Giallos that would come later. You get like the more like the bloodier kind of sleazier Giallo, which this could very well be. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it wouldn't have been affected by by basically what will become the Argento copy syndrome, which would happen later. So again, we got a 2K restoration from the OCN here, uncompressed mono, 1.0, original English and Italian soundtracks, titles and credits. Love that. Newly English subtitles for the Italian soundtrack, optional English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing. New audio commentary by Giallo connoisseurs Adrian J. Smith and David Flint. Of Chameleons and Iguanas, a new filmed video appreciation by the cultural critic and academic Richard Dyer. Considering Capriani, a new appreciation of composer Stelvio Capriani and his score to the Iguana with Tongue of Fire by DJ and soundtrack collector Lovely John. So the second one with Lovely John here. The Cutting Game, a new interview with Iguana's assistant director Bruno Michelli. The Red Queen of Hearts, a career-spanning a career-spanning interview with Dagmar Lucinder. I just finished watching a Dagmar Lucinder film, actually. Original Italian and international theatrical trailers, original Cinesex magazine, Fotoromanzo photo novel from 1971. I got to check that out. Image gallery. I love Giallo. I still watch them a lot. And this one does have the black rainbow. And yes, we do have a booklet. So let's look at the alternate artwork. That is different. Kind of like it. Yeah, that's the thing. If I could look half as good as some of these actors or actresses do, like in their 70s and 80s, like even now, it'd be awesome. Do I snack during films? Yeah, I do, actually. If I snack, what's my go-to Giallo snack? Usually, well, tea. I'm drinking tea usually. And often it's, for me, it's potato chips. If it's not potato chips, then it is pickles sliced in half, cheese, often Swiss, and or a cheddar, like an aged cheddar, and crackers. Didn't think it would be that like thorough. The answer is yeah. And last, but definitely not least, and I'm excited because this finishes another collection of mine, and some people don't even consider it like his last Giallo, but it is. Hey there, Trash. Welcome. Hey there, Brad. Suspicious Death of a Minor. The final Sergio Martino Giallo. The only missing one in my collection of Martino that I needed out of his Giallo. And this one is kind of a Giallo Plizziati hybrid. But a really, really cool film. And so excited to have this. Again, a 2K restoration from the OCN. We got lossless English soundtracks on the Blu-ray disc here. High definition Blu-ray, standard definition DVD presentation. English subtitles for the Italian soundtrack. Optional English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing. New commentary by Troy Haworth. 50 years of Italian Giallo films. New interview with co-writer, director Sergio Martino. See, Martino worked on films that he like Giallos that he didn't like do as well. So if you got the Umberto Lenzi set, for instance, one of the ones on that set is So Sweet, So Perverse, I think it's called. And he actually wrote, he was one of the writers on that. I like Mandy. Okay, I mean it's definitely not a bad film. So this one here is, it says region locked. Check them all out. Now, often sometimes these aren't actually region locked, but you just got to check. This one says region locked. This one says region locked. This one says region locked. This one is unlocked. This is region AB. The wind says region locked, but some of these here say region locked. But if they came in both countries at the same time, they're usually not region locked. This one says region B, but I thought this wasn't locked. So this one also says region B. And this one, region B, I guess. I've never had a fabulous film before. Well, I've had fabulous films, but not one by the company Fabulous. But for those that just came in, right here are the 9 films that I got. Tales that Witness Madness. Phantom Lady. Oh, there, Ragman. He's got them. And he says they're not region locked, which is good. Horror Express. I thought this one wasn't region locked. So you could be right, Barrett. I haven't checked yet, actually. I've only got to watch one of these yet. Nico Mastorakis' The Wind. Ken Russell's Crimes of Passion. Luciano Ercoli's excellent The Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. And by the way, Luciano Ercoli only put out 3 Giallos. If you like Giallo at all, get yourself the 3 Ercoli Giallos, because every single one of them are absolutely fantastic. Lucio Bazzoni's The Fifth Chord, another amazing Giallo, which we'll be going over. All of these, by the way, on the Giallo Club over on the Patreon channel. The Iguana with the Tongue of Fire by Riccardo Frida, the grandfather of Italian horror. He made the first Italian horror film. And The Suspicious Death of a Minor, the final Giallo put out. Oh, congratulations on the new job, man. I just saw that there. Well, actually, I saw Dennis congratulating you and then looked up to see what it was. By Sergio Martino. There's a ton of features. Arrow does some amazing stuff. I gotta say. Oh no, I had the postcard to Naked Lunch, but not the film. It was in with the show art cards and the postcards of upcoming titles. I figured after this upcoming Vinegar Syndrome sale, if I'm able to get the halfway subscription, which I'm hoping, that'll be my last buy for quite a while. But hopefully I'll be getting stuff coming every month. So when this Easter Carnage sale came about, Over the Edge is an excellent film. I knew that I wanted this to be an important buy for me. I couldn't spend a lot, but I wanted to get things that I really, really wanted, things that were very important to my collection and to my channel. I knew that I was starting up a Giallo Club. I knew that I wanted to get The Wind because I'm a huge Nico Mastorakis fan. And I wanted to get one last Arrow Academy, and Phantom Lady was the one I was eyeing for ages. I needed the anthology film because I want to do another video coming up on anthologies. And that's the Tales of Witness Madness. And I wanted to finally have Horror Express in my collection. Oh yeah, The August Criterion releases have been announced, actually. I'll actually bring them up there in a minute. 60 titles. See, I can't do that, man. You have a better job than me, Ragman. But most people have a better job than me. So let's look at Criterion here. I'm going to bring it up here. The Criterion Collection. All right. You guys want to see the Criterion announcements for come on. Got your weird Wisconsin box set. Nice. So here we go. Here are the Criterion announcements for the month of August 2021. Coffee, Foxy Brown, Found the Paradise, great titles. Life Force, I see. I have fun with Tales with Miss Madness. I don't know if you got a worse job than me. I got some nice people that I work with. I got to give credit there. So we got Company by D.A. Pennebaker. Music and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim, Dean Jones, Barbara Berry, John Cunningham, Charles Kimbrough. Great cast. George Cole. There's like a ton of actors in this one. We have After by Hirokazu Kurita. Hope I got that right. Beasts of No Nation, written for the screen and directed by Kari Joji Fukunaga. Is he an actor too? Is she the stage? That's cool. And Ashes and Diamonds. Okay. I think I remember an old like Aero Academy release of this used to have. Nice to see this getting a new release. So what do you think? Where's that? Oh, after. Did I say after? Okay. It's later here. I apologize. Thanks, Kubrick. So rarely does anything for you anymore, John. There's some decent titles there. They're not like for me. There's not day one buys, but I have friends that I know like some of these are definitely going to be day one buys. Like out of all of them, Company is probably. I'm a Sondheim fan. I did a lot of theater growing up. Even though I can't sing, I kind of did act in musicals. I didn't sing, but I was in some, and I do like this type of stuff. Like everything here, though, is of interest. Like the same as Matt. Like everything here is of interest. Table Buys is actually a great name for a YouTube channel. I gotta ask Hind what she knows about Beasts of No Nation. See if that's one that 2015. So probably she might have seen it. Oh, also, let's get this out of here. I want your thoughts on this, by the way, guys. Let's bring up Shape Factory. Let's do it. Now, I'm going to preface this. I'm no longer surprised that, like Anthony, that Criterion have not yet started their 4K. I really expect them to start it by now, though. I had expected it like in the first part of the year, but day one buys is such a great time. I wish I had see a great YouTube channel name. All right, so Shout Factory are putting it to limited edition of 1,500 each Blu-ray double features. Now, I'm going to preface this before I say anything like that's even remotely negative. I want to say this: I love these films, so I got nothing against these films. I'm a bit bothered by the false limited edition, though, and I'll explain. Shout Factory bought the rights to Roger Corman's like catalog. They own it, like, and as far as I know, they actually got the rights to his catalog for oh, that's right, Bond. That's what I was trying to think of. And I did a Bond video the other day, Matt. That's thank you. That's why the name was ringing in my head. And so this is Big Bad Mama and Big Bad Mama 2. And I would tell you right now, unabashedly love both of these films. I don't think these are limited. You know, they can bring these back anytime they want. They can bring them next with the steelbook. They can bring them out with a lenticular like cover if they want to. They own these films. So I guess they're limited in the fact that they're only going to make 1,500 copies of them for right now. But if you don't have Big Bad Mom and Big Bad Mom 2, extremely cool films. Like, I think Robert Vaughn's one of these. Like, was it William Shatner? I'm pretty sure William Shatner's one of these as well. Is it William Shatner? I don't know. These are cool. I mean, like Ragman, these are really cool. And next up is the double feature with Cloris Leachman in Crazy Mama. And we've got The Lady in Red. And I'm actually a big fan of the Lady in Red because it has one of my favorites. It's got Pamela Sue Martin, of course, who played for those that know the nighttime soap operas like I do in the original Dynasty. She was, of course, I forgot. Don't tell me I forgot already. Oh my God, hold on a sec. Fallon Carrington. Yeah, because the role was taken over by the General Hospital actress afterwards, which was kind of weird because she was like English or Australian, so it's a very, very different, like thing. She went from like this all like kind of American spoiled rich girl to all of a sudden she looked totally different. She was Nancy Drew, and she was played by Emma Samms, who is not American actually, and doesn't even remotely try to have an American accent in the series. So I like all of these films, and I do own the DVD releases, original Roger Corman collection releases of both these sets. Actually, the Roger Corman collection of Big Bad Mom 1 and 2 was one of the very first that I ever picked up. So because I'd seen those so many times when I was a kid. And I'm not going to lie and say, well, I didn't watch it because, Angie Dickinson and nudity. Of course I did. I was like a teenager when I saw those films. But they're fun. They're really fun films. Like even like Crazy Mama is actually a pretty good one. And there's an actress in that too that I really like. But I can't for the life of me remember her name right now. Actually, I might cheat and just like bring it up here. See, I can't remember everything, guys. Sometimes there's got to be cheat. There's an actress in Crazy Mama, and I'm trying to remember her name, but I'm not going to remember it, so I'm going to look it up because she's from a show that I used to watch. And I don't need Cloris Leachman either, because I know it's Dennis Quaid. I know Bill Paxton. I know they're in it, but they're not what I'm talking about. It's actually their first films. Linda Pearl, that's who it is. Linda Pearl is in this one. I was a big Linda Pearl fan. She was, of course, she was in Matlock. She was in Happy Days. She's the nurse in God, what a night for me. Ann Southern is in this too. It was fantastic. Like I love Ann Southern. Ann Southern was in like an amazing film with John Savage, who came from Vinegar Syndrome. But I was a big Linda Pearl fan. Like I was such a Linda Pearl like geek when I was growing up. Visiting hours. Yeah, Michael Ironside. So it's got to be visiting hours. And for some of you guys, you're gonna know her from The Office. So there you go. But I know Linda Pearl from those other shows because that's what I grew up with. I thought it was actually fairly easy. Like you just have to like keep pressing down or press like sideways 4 times or something like that. Does anybody here have Last House on Dead have the corruption like one? I don't have it yet. Say. I would love to say, okay, well, I got corruption. Here's how you do it, but I don't own the film. Let's see if Don does something else. That's the thing that I hate is that these are like they usually let people like buy as many copies or buy at least a few copies of these, and that always bothers me. So Paramount. Oh, Second Sight's playing The Craze. Oh wow, love The Craze. Beautiful looking set, by the way. Got some nice features on here as well. New idol commentary with Scott Harrison. Down to this, by the way, you should follow them on Twitter. They're really good when it comes to like the releases. Even in the announcement here, like the new stuff coming up from first time on Blu-ray coming from the Disney Movie Club. So the Pacifier, The Kid, Ice Princess. I know these are Disney films, but you never know if you're gonna be interested in one of these. Herbie, Fully Loaded. The Scarecrow Romney Marsh on Blu-ray. Oh crap! Huge. I saw this in like they showed this in theater when I was a kid. His laughter. Yeah, there should be like 2 per customer. That's it. Like limited to 2 per customer. Like if you're buying with somebody else or anything like that, you got to be able to show that you're buying with someone else. But like 2 per customer, that should be it. If I was running a company, that would be it. The Scarecrow or Romney Marsh scared the hell out of me. Pollyanna's here. George of the Jungle. Three Musketeers. Actually, I like Three Musketeers a lot. Black Hole. Is this his first Blu-ray? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I may have to get like into the Patrick McGowan, yeah, from The Prisoner. I may have to get back to the Disney Movie Club. Holy crap! Like this is quality, good stuff. Yeah, but the thing is, like, just make it as hard for the scalper as possible. You know, they're gonna go through loops to get the stuff. Make them work for it. I was a member of the Disney Movie Club for a couple years. I never had any bad like experience with Disney Movie Club. I actually found them really good. On Black Hole's digital copy, there's not a problem. Is that the one that's coming out now, or that you mean like the one that was up before? Like these are some good titles here. I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Disney. I'm not just like obviously you guys know I'm not just like this hardcore horror guy, and that's all I watch. I watch pretty much all genres of films. I'm glad I went to Down to This. By the way, if you shout out to Down to This, great like thing on Facebook. Follow him on Twitter. Great news. This is I often look on the Twitter to find their like to find the stuff that they announced. Does the guy does great stuff. That one was out before. It is kind of like Columbia Records. Basically, well, it's a month. Basically, it's a but they'll send you a card, and if you don't want it, then you say you don't want it. Or nowadays, you can even do it online, right? Basically, you can do it online, say you don't want it, and you just got to buy a certain amount within like within a year. Yeah, I want these. There's something here that I want. I want the Scarecrow Romney Marsh so bad on Blu-ray. Uh, yeah, and I'm a big like for those that didn't listen to, uh, the Cobwebs podcast that I recently did with Daniel, um, and we talked about Captain Blood. I'm a huge Swashbuckler fan, so Three Musketeers was actually really good. I really like Three Musketeers. So the digital version, see, that's why. See, this is why you got to go with. Yeah, it is, Matt. This is the Disney Movie Club. They're back, and they're back with exclusives. So some people would say, okay, well, Disney now that they got the Disney Plus channel, I guess they're not going to be doing exclusives anymore. They're not going to anything. For a while, they weren't. They were, this the exclusivity thing just dropped off. But now it looks like Disney's back, and they're back doing Blu-rays. And Blu-rays that have like exclusivity, at least limited exclusivity to the Disney Movie Club. It is. See, exactly. That Skull Mask McGowan and that laugh. His laugh is like eerie as hell. I'm sure there's a lot of these you can watch on Disney Plus. Maybe most or all of them. But here's the difference. Owning them is the thing. Owning this. Oh God, I want the Scarecrow so bad. Three Musketeers too. And the Black Hole and 20,000 Leagues. Pollyanna. Pacifier not actually a bad film. Really, I didn't know that, and like wasn't Brian in the Disney Movie Club one point? I guess Brian Stats one these days. By the way, if you're not like listening to Brian's podcast, like just to this and pure cinema, or checking out like his YouTube channel, like definitely check it out because he's really really good. Him and like Daniel Cobweb's got his own YouTube channel now too, which is fantastic. Always and of course, similar channels. I guess me and Heath, Serial Midnight. We got a lot of similar tastes. Me and Brian and Heath, and we tend to have like a lot of similar tastes on there. Less chance of edits. That's exactly true. You can't edit what you've already got, right? Would I consider Master and Commander Far Side of the World Swashbuckler? A bit, I guess. Not really, sort of. Have I seen Eric's Revenge? Of course I've seen Eric's Revenge. I'm so excited it's finally coming out, man. Arrow Video was putting out Fan with Them All, Eric's Revenge. And for those that don't know, I graduated in 1989, and I went right into college for journalism. That was around the time that there was this big like explosion of horror magazines, and there was like a ton of horror magazines that came out for like a short period of time. And one of them that I had actually that was on the inside cover. It was like it was the poster for Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, that kind of gave away the thing because it showed him up like close, and there's a mall in the background. Look, I think there's somebody like falling, something like that. And you can see his face. Morgan Fairchild, exactly. I really like that film. Excellent little film. It's been ages since I've seen that. Master Chaos, man, I never thought I'd be talking about this, but there's exclusives, Blu-ray exclusives on the Disney Movie Club. And dude, Scarecrow Romney Marsh. That scared me as a kid, man. And that's old enough that it probably scared my dad as a kid too, or probably a teenager. But that was one that like really, really got me back in the day. Oh, I picked up a bunch of Giallo and stuff too, so check that out afterwards. Uh, I got 9 titles tonight. But yeah, we got Scarecrow, Romney Marsh, Three Musketeers on Blu-ray. Didn't even intend to come on here. So shout out to Down the Disc for this stuff, man. I am stoked. I am super stoked about this. It's been a while since I've been stoked about something Disney that didn't say, it's a new Marvel TV series. Superman 3 scared. Did it really? Oh, it's an older one. I saw it like they showed a revival of it when I was a kid uh, in at my theater. This theater's closed down now, and it's got Patrick McGowan from the Prisoner, and he plays this doctor who also plays this kind of the scarecrow character. Like he's a good guy, but he's also like creepy as hell, and he's got this really like freaky, creepy voice, creepy like laugh that he does. Definitely recommend you check it out. 100%, man. And it's one of these cheesy bounds sometimes. This is an actual good Disney film. Um, yeah, that kind of blows me away. I'm actually super stoked about that. Did anybody here, kind of like Zorro, exactly? Kind of Zorro, but freaking you out. Did anybody else hear that? Again, just a guess, of course. Another guess came out for what the Vinegar Syndrome title could be, the late 80s cable one. And the latest guess is this. Meet the Hollowheads. Yeah, very much like Sarah the Pimpernel, actually. They seek him here. They seek him there. uh, so, what the hell? I have a feeling that whatever the late 80s title is going to be, if it's anything like Alien from LA or Meet the Hollowheads or something like that, that's going to be my least watched title out of all of that like bundle. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm super glad I got the bundle. I got the everything bundle. I'm glad I got the everything bundle. Master Chaos, he's got to have it. He's got the subscription. Um, but yeah, it's a Juliette Lewis one. Like I remember Juliette Lewis. That's what I remember of the film. That's literally all I remember. I know John Glover's in it because I see him there on the thing. I'm a huge John Glover fan. Yeah, it's a weird little film. I could kind of see it. Like say you got like John Glover. Oh, come on. I guess that back then was Anne Ramsey. That was her last film, actually. I'm pretty sure this was Anne Ramsey's last movie. The girl, the lady from Throw Mama from the Train. See, I love Terrorvision. So if this is anything like Terrorvision, I'll definitely watch it. Doesn't John Glover kind of look like John Lithgow right there? Actually, I haven't got a chance. I'm waiting till I go to bed tonight because usually I'll stay awake for like a couple hours before I go to sleep, and I read like some of my omnibuses, omniboo or whatever they're called now, and listen to a podcast. So I'm really excited about the one that Brian did with Justin. So I want to check out it tonight. I'll stay tuned. Will be amazing. Unfortunately, Kubrick, I did see Freddy Got Fingered. And yes, I 100% agree that Tom Green made it intentionally bad. For those that are aware, Tom Green was a Canadian, and it still is, was a Canadian comic, and his humor was very much along the lines of a lot of people would consider like maybe some of his like gross humor stuff like that, but if you've seen a lot of Tom Green and you heard him talk, he's actually a really smart guy in real life. Um, he was very much doing an Andy Kaufman with his show. And I would love it being tracks. That's Shadow Stevens, man. Shadow Stevens was a guy that I listened to growing up. Top eight, the top 40. Shadow Stevens. It was actually it was also the best friend of Days World. I would kill for tracks. I would kill for it to be tracks. No, no, not as sophisticated as Sasha Baron Cohen. Tom Green stuff was very much like just pushing you, kind of gross you out of it. Thank you for coming into Twisted Cinema. I really appreciate it, man. See, tracks is what it should be. Tracks is what I would like it to be. This is what I fear it's going to be. Uh, like I would prefer this over Alien from LA. No, don't get me wrong. Alien from LA, not exactly the best film. It's watchable, but it's not a really good film. Like when I went to college, I was when I did like when I was on when I did radio, like I did like college radio, like Shadow Stevens and Casey Kasem were the two guys that I was definitely emulating at the time. And of course, it's a big deal for me because for those that don't know, for those that are newer here or that just came in there, I am epileptic. I have been since the age of 3, and for like the largest portion of my youth, I had a huge pronounced stutter. I couldn't talk very well, and it was thought that I was never going to be able to talk very well. I met a teacher when I was in grade 4 up in Mississauga, Ontario, Alberta, and she took me under her wing basically and had me like reading and got me into acting, and that's what eventually let me find my voice. And now I'm right here. So, man, I wish I knew where she was now. I don't know, man. I like he lasted a few years though, man. Yeah, Alien from LA. Didn't they dub Kathy Ireland's voice in Alien from LA? Or am I'm missing that? I'm probably messing that up. I thought it was dubbed. Casey Kasem's wife used to come on like Cheers, actually. Uh, I don't understand the live stream minute movie thing. Um, I'm guessing these are like, are they like do people have to get the movies themselves or find them? Because I'm guessing you can't show the movies online, or either that or the what you call them, they're free to show films, ones without any licensing issues. Alien from LA feels there every Saturday at 3 p.m. PST. There you know. See, there you go, guys. Whenever you got something cool coming like that, Mastercast has a lot of cool stuff coming out. Italian films. They do have some more coming up. Jason, there is a double feature Giallo coming up this year. I'm super stoked about that. So that's cool. There's a Giallo double feature coming up. There's a box set, a Spanish Italian Giallo box set coming up. Not a forgotten Giallo box set. Giallo box set, different thing. You can show certain movies, but you can't monetize. Be honest with you, from the money that we make on monetization, Mastercast, like it's nothing. Like if I if I didn't have a Patreon and I didn't get like donations every once in a while, it would totally my channel would have been shut down probably long before now because I just to keep it up, just the upkeep. Like people don't realize it. You do because you do it. The upgrading stuff behind the scenes. StreamYard costs money. So it costs money to do these channels, guys. It's So I am very, very like appreciative of the people on here, the people that take the time to buy the merchandise, to go on to Patreon, to donate. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. I couldn't do it without you. And as much as I love it, and I do love doing this, this is work. Like it, you go around it as many ways as you want to. It's it's a work that we love, but it's still work. And for some people that takes a bit away from it. They'll say like, well, if it's work, it's more of a job. Then are you know are you real? Yeah, this is what we love. If we didn't love this, we wouldn't do this, because it's not, at least in my case, it's not enough for me to like leave my job for. But it's something that I love to do, because there are so many great people on here that I get to talk to, and like that I get to collaborate, right, with Master Chaos. I get to talk to Kubrick, the Bear, like to all you guys there, like the Dave. I get to I'm lucky enough, I'm blessed enough to get to invite on podcasts like Brian's and Daniel's and Dirk's VHS podcast, which is another fantastic one, by the way. But it's definitely labor of love. And it's got to be, because when it doesn't, when it's not anymore, um, not me yet. Well, hopefully, well, it'll be the combination of like talking about the right film and being on the right podcast, video store. I appreciate that, by the way. Um, I would love to get on to a release, actually. A couple times I talked with early on, talked with Heath, about going on his, talked about some stuff. A Black Christmas. If it ever gets re-released again, there's something I would definitely love to. The Red Queen kills 7 times, amazing. I love the Red Queen kills 7 times. YouTube Police would get you. Can you pitch it? Oh, there's got to be a channel. YouTube Police. Wouldn't that be awesome? There probably is. Like the bad movie police, right? The YouTube Police. Uh, that's it. Always the innovator of YouTube. Here I am, the innovator of YouTube. That's that's me. That's that's what I do. Um, Keeping it just weird enough, but not too weird. And whenever I find that the channel gets stagnant or boring, I switch it up a bit. That's what I'm doing for ages. When I did like just some regular like videos, and then went from that to saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to go live now. Um, then from there to like, you know what, I want to do some more reviews, some pre-tape stuff. Got to do some of that. Moved on to some of this here like streaming stuff. Hey there, Dirk. Welcome in. I just mentioned your podcast. I shouted you out. I love the name, by the way. My chip eating videos. Yeah, I used to do that too. Thank you, George, man. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I did. When I started it, guys. I did so much different stuff. If you go back and look at it, it's not very good. But I did like, I did comic book videos, because I'm a huge comic geek, and I came back to comics during Flashpoint. And I did some like reviews, overviews, not really good reviews actually. I did beer reviews. I used to do like they'd put out like the different brands of chips every year. They still really do it, actually. The tastes of the flavors of the world type thing. So I do a lot of that. I even did like ones from the UK. And but yeah, I my favorite beer that I did actually isn't around anymore. See, I was ahead of my time with chip eating. Nowadays it'd be an ASMR. ASMR video. Uh, Dungeon crawler movies. I actually wouldn't mind that, man. I'm excited about the Green Knight. That that like oh one chip. Oh no, I don't. I know the one chip challenge. I'll tell you I love the prawn chips over in the UK. They're so good. Has anybody seen Spiral yet without giving it away? Because I that's one I want to see. I don't want to go to a theater and tell you second. You know what? But saw the trailer today. Like Green Knight looks really good. It's got a what's the word? It's almost got like I can't put this trailer on here because I get like flagged every freaking time. But it's kind of got a Tim Burtonish type feel to it. Did you see? I've seen all the styles so far. I'm a fan. I mean, like I don't. I think the torture porn thing is thrown around a lot, but as far as it goes, I don't really consider the Saw franchise, at least most of them anyway, to be torture porn. Do I like mashed potatoes or French fries? If you like potato, oh yeah, I'm a huge potato freak. Kubrick. I grew up like I'm from. I think it's Tony Todd. I have to check though, man. Um, I'm from like a small fishing village, is where I spent a lot of my time at, and I actually had a little like vegetable garden growing up. We had like potato, carrot, we had like turnips, stuff like that. Anyway, so potato was like my like I'm a pretty bland when it comes to like my taste. I'm not as adventurous as my better half. So we had the I would like make like mashed potatoes, potato cakes. My late nan would make potato cakes, and they were amazing. My pop was like made a lot of the food. He's passed on there too. Both my grandparents are passed on. I miss them. They raised me. I was raised by my grandparents. Um, but uh, but yeah, I do. I love potato. Yeah, how much more Canadian can you get than that, Kubrick? I lived in a fishing village in Canada, and I went in the woods in the winter, and I chopped down Christmas tree for Christmas. Exactly. I mean, I agree with you on the torture porn, like labeling. I have had leek potato soup. I had a really good one in St. John's actually, at a place called the Rooms, which is a really nice place. When I moved to St. John's initially I had a job at Convergys, was like this call center place, and the day that I got there, and I got the job, and I did like this test, and I passed it, and I did well, and okay, you know the one thing that you normally do, which is one of those tests are easy to pass, right? And I got home, and like what happens in a lot of places like this, Convergys, a call center, it was a call center anyway. Uh, they uh, they lost the contract. And when they lost the contract, I lost my job, and I just had moved out there at that point. But luckily, I'd gone on a couple other interviews, like during that time period while I was waiting, and I was getting ready to go and get in a car to go back and see my kids because my kids weren't out yet to St. John's at the time, and I got a call just as I was like getting ready to go in the car, and it was a job offer, and that's when I got to move out. You've got an amazing collection, George. So that is a great praise. Like I'm jealous of your collection. You got some awesome stuff. Not really. I mean, like people say, like the Saw film. It depends. I mean, I think the Saw films is kind of like a roller coaster. It kind of goes up and down, right? Um, like one and two, I think are really good. Three is okay. I think five has got a fantastic kind of like ending to it. Because there's a sequence in five. Like I'm trying not to give it away, though I'm guessing everybody saw the Saw films. Uh, and basically there's a character that kind of takes over from Jigsaw. But there's this sequence, and it's a brilliant sequence in a film that's okay. It's a bit pedestrian, but it's okay. But this scene kind of makes it, kind of brings it up. Is that all of a sudden, like this character's there, and the character's there with two, I think, FBI agents, and that character realizes, and the FBI agents realize at the exact same time, holy crap, this character is the new Jigsaw, and in with such brutal, swift efficiency, they're taken out, and it's an amazing sequence. Master Cast, man. See you soon. Always with the kiddos. I miss my kid. I wish my kids were young again, man. Let's collab. I want to get you on my channel sometime soon. By the way, Master Chaos. Living a Horror in American Cinema. I actually haven't read that. I'll check it out. I'm always trying to read new books on. Hey there, IB. Welcome. Spiral is the new one. I'm looking forward to Spiral. Well, I'm a big Chris Rock fan too. What the hell is that? Well, that was eerie. All love Betsy Russell. Are there any secrets to be revealed for the sale? Well, what we know so far is we got, well, what you already know is Cardona set's coming out, the televised Terror set's coming out, Surf 2. There's no Surf 1, by the way, so I'm looking for it. And of course, there is Six String Samurai. There's a 4K double feature, which most of us think is going to be Scanners Cops 1 and 2. I really hope it is. And there's another title that's that we don't know, that some people are thinking might be Meet the Hollowheads, but that's always like that's all conjecture. We know that there is a Viewmaster coming, and there's a brand new Viewmaster coming for the sale. So if you didn't get the Viewmaster last time, or if you want to get the Viewmaster, and then maybe it's going to have different stuff, there is a Japanese. That's actually part 2 of Ring. Or one of the part 2s. There's 2 part 2s. The original part 2 is Spiral. And then there's the other part 2. It's actually called Ring in Japanese. They just put the U on it to make it seem foreign for us. It is next weekend, man. Like, it's coming so soon, man. I'm super stoked. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm hoping the prices are good. I'm hoping that my projection has been correct. Oh, definitely. Like, work with the settings on a gaming headset, because you should be able to use that as a mic. A lot of people do. Look at how many streamers come on. Wait. Oh, that's a different one. There is a Spiral. There's Uzumaki. Now that is Junji Ito. So Junji Ito is a writer artist. He does a lot of like horror, like a lot of horror like comics, and he's really good. They literally get under your skin. Uzumaki in that case is Spiral, and basically it's a fantastically like creepy story that he did. But there's another Spiral that is also Ring 2, which was the initial sequel to The Ring. It did not go over so well, so they made another Ring 2, and then they made Ring 0, the prequel one. But if you have not checked out any of Junji Ito's stuff, you really should, because his manga is really freaking good. Exactly. See, double meanings. That tells you how that size is smarter than some people think it is. Just use those words both ways. Ito stuff creeps me out. I love his stuff though. Spiral, like Uzumaki. Uzumaki was the first thing that I read by him, Amy. And I think it was in God. It was a manga like one of those magazines, right? That would go on a monthly basis that I found it in, and it was just like horrifying, and I utterly adored it. And the Tomy style, just incredible. So if you never took to Ito, definitely check him out. My kids are huge fans. There was this like short animation horror series that came on. Was a Japanese horror one. It was a really short, like really short animated horror stories, and they were so good. And I wish for the life of me I could remember the name, but I can't right now. But just incredibly amazing stuff. Now, for those that liked the stuff that I did on here with the gaming, I will be doing some more gaming stuff. When I work it out, when I can figure it out. The young ones do all the gaming stuff. I want to thank everybody on my Patreon that actually went in and did the poll, which helps. And like I was so confused now because I'm like, okay, so which gaming systems everybody have? It's like pretty much it's like across the board. Like 7 people got PS4s, PS5s. 7 people got an Xbox or like one or Series X, and like 8 people got a Nintendo Switch. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that so I can do some gaming stuff on here. And I found out that the Friday the 13th servers have been shut down, so that makes that hard. Uh, but uh, but yeah, that was a thing. But I did enjoy the gaming thing that I did here, and I do want to do more because the idea is to like just keep doing some like different stuff that can be fun. And when it's like me, I'm not going in like I'm not like a good gamer. Dead by Daylight is what I'm thinking of now. That does crossplay with all the consoles. It's just right now, Jason. Dead by Daylight is a bit pricey. It's around $40. So that's the only problem with that. I would love like when I found that the Friday 13th was gone down, I immediately thought of Dead by Daylight. So I'm hoping that it goes cheap soon so I can buy it because that's definitely like I love Dead by Daylight. When I used to have the Xbox Game Pass, I used to play it on Xbox like all the time. Now I still got an Xbox, but I don't have Game Pass, and I'm and it's not on PS Now, and I'm gonna cancel PS Now. I know I'm gonna go for either PS Plus or Xbox Gold. But but the thing is, the problem with if I go with Game Pass, here's the problem. That's 100%, by the way, uh, through like that's Twitch. That's got to go through Twitch because and here's the thing, because streaming through YouTube on the Xbox is a pain. They're like, oh, don't worry, it's easy. You can stream without a capture card. You just have to download this OBS app or this Cast app. And after you do that, then you got to go there and you got to go make your stream on your YouTube channel, and then you come back and you got already started up, and then you go back in and you start your game. Like when with the PS4, you know what you do to stream on either like Twitch or YouTube? You hit this button, this that says share, and you choose. But I could easily do it on like if it goes cheap on the PS4, I'd love to because I love Dead by Daylight and have a lot of fun playing it. A Giallo game would be excellent. I would 100% play the hell out of that, man. I'm surprised no one's ever gone to like Argento and said because he's a guy that likes like the technological aspects of this stuff. I love Game Pass. The only problem, dude, Jason, is that the Xbox sucks when it comes to streaming. Like I like Xbox, but it's streaming them like it's gonna have to be streamed. Like if I can get everybody like going over to the my Twitch channel when I stream and do it like that, yes, fantastic. Because then I can get the Crimson Cult members, and we can all go on Twitch and we can stream and we can play Dead by Daylight. That's definitely an idea. But at this point, just to let you know, since I announced that I did have a Twitch, which by the way is called Aaron Sucks at Games, because I do and I'm honest. Uh, let's just see how. I know that Kubrick actually follows me on Twitch because I think he said, but I'm pretty sure it's like 4 people. So absolutely nobody like watched aside from Kubrick and maybe one other person. Absolutely nobody actually. I do suck at games, man. It's not a joke. I like went and followed my Twitch, and that's the thing. If you want to eventually to play with me, I know you do. That's you're the first person I think, aside from my better half. Uh, as I don't barely anybody has actually followed my Twitch yet, so not without like going having a on X not without a PlayStation like Plus account on I think I'm gonna go with like with Xbox. Yeah, they charge you to for PlayStation Plus. They charge you for another like they charge you $12 for PlayStation Plus, $12 for PS Now. Well, it's pretty simple. Like what I'll do was when I go on Twitch, Kubrick, is I'll send like out like there's a join code. Sony has done it right when it comes to the. I don't know why Xbox hasn't made a deal with YouTube yet. But the cool thing is, see, if I'm on Xbox and like there's a lot of people that are playing from Switch, it is easy. Xbox and Switch are so like cross compatible with a lot of games. Like Sony is like has been brought into cross play, kicking and screaming. Uh, and that's the killer part. Oh, my Twitch channel, literally Aaron sucks at games. So let me here. I'll put it right here. I don't think you need the capitals, but that's my handle on Twitch. So if you're, especially if you're a patron right now, Sony's not consumer friendly like across the board pretty much right now. So Jason, I know you're on my Patreon, so sign like follow me on on Twitch, and we'll do some. We'll be doing some gaming. Thank you, Dennis. I don't do a lot on it yet because I'm actually starting to just getting to know it. What games do I have? Well, most of the games I'm going to be using, William, I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of like whatever's on, basically whatever's on. There's a whole bunch of stuff on Xbox Game Pass, and they have updated stuff. So I'll be going on there. For this month, I'll probably you don't say no. There's no content on there yet, even though. And this is what I don't understand because this is I'm new to it. So just so you know, yeah, there used to be Mixer, but Mixer's gone now, man. But I have stream stuff on Twitch, like a couple times. I've actually had some people come in and look at it. I've actually spoke to people I was doing it. But you know what? for some reason, and I guess I got to work the settings out or something like that. Once it streams, it's just gone. It doesn't stay on Twitch. Microsoft kind of hates Google. I can say that. Microsoft tried a gaming service, streaming service. Was that Mixer? Well, I know Google tried a streaming service, and that's gaming service. That sucks pretty bad. Google Stadia. Does anybody play Google Stadia? I don't think anybody does. I was going to check out Wreckfest, actually. Now, next month, I'll probably be grabbing the Xbox Game Pass. And that's when we'll start looking into a Dead by Daylight. Because it'd be fun. Like, we'll bring in so many people at a time, and play, have some fun with it. Because Friday 13th was a great game, but there's Dead by Daylight's a fantastic game too. I know you had characters from Saw and like just different like horror characters in the game. I remember when I was playing it there, and I was getting you had to take people down from the hooks. My PSN name? No, actually, I don't know. I don't remember. But I'll find out because I'll find out my PSN name, and oh, don't worry, my tag is like on Twitch is Aaron Sucks at Games because I do. How many platinum trophies? Not a lot, man. If I got any. For the longest time, my Xbox was used primarily for playing 4Ks, and my my PS4, Uncharted and stuff like that. Wearing sunglasses. I don't know, the pretty cool sunglasses. Mortal Kombat 11 on Stadia. Did you really? Yeah, the pricing's a killer part. I mean, like, I have friends that like bought into Stadia when initially. I have, actually, I have a Switch, a PS4, and an Xbox Series S, Xbox One Series S, Xbox One S, I guess, because Series S is the next level, right? Yeah, like you had to you got to go like because a lot of people are playing, right? And if you get caught, then the killer and Dead by Daylight Jailbreak, they'll come along and they'll like shove you on these hooks, and you got like a limited time to get off it, so you're kind of like struggling to get off the hook. And if you're like you see when your teammates, you got to wait till the killer goes away, then you got to sneak up and try to get them off the hook. Yeah, when I moved to Nova Scotia, Ragman, kind of like the gift to me at the time, because I bought a Nintendo Switch, which I love actually. I think Amazon just there. I think Xbox, Sony, Nintendo. If Sega wants to do a Dreamcast, I'm down with that. I would be buying that. See, I don't think so. I think people still want subscriptions. I still want like physical copies. I don't know how. Ever buy like a limited edition of something, and you get it, and like if a game, and you open it up, and like you got like a steel book, and maybe like a figure, and like maybe an art book or something like that, but it doesn't have a game in it. There's like a code, and you're like, why in the hell did you just give me a steelbook when you're not going to give me an actual freaking game? Like, what's that all about? When you said Franklin, I didn't think TCM. I thought the Turtle Man. Oh, the generators, yeah. Dead by Daylight, such a fun game. Code Veronica. Oh, yeah. I love my Dreamcast. Like this here, what I'm doing this video on now is a Nitro 5, which I guess is kind of a gaming PC, but I don't game on the PC. Yeah, they just got to give Victor Miller money, like, or give him money, give him some rights. Like he wrote the damn film. It's he's not asking for a lot. I gave my Dreamcast to my kids. Love the Dreamcast. And they had such good games. Like I'm not sure, like Power Stone, so cool. How does this go from like my Giallo thing to so you never know. Here's the thing, guys. If you're new here and you wonder what the hell, isn't this Giallo? We can go on you never know where this little one like timey-wimey, topsy-turvy road is going to take you in these videos. Oh man, I used to play GoldenEye, but I didn't cheat. I didn't play I didn't play as Aja because that was not fair. Tangents. I'm always not going off on tangents. You ever try to play GoldenEye now though? Like was so good back in the day, and you still get that retro feel to it, but it doesn't play as well now as it used to. Like there's certain games I go back to. Like I got a PSP upstairs. I'm a wrestling fan. I hate to say that after the pay-per-view that came out last night with zombies. Screw that. But I like playing the general manager modes on games. And I got SmackDown versus Raw 2006, which has like a really cool like general manager mode on it. And I love it because I'll draft. Have a fantastic night, George, man. It's always a pleasure having you in here. So I'll always like draft the routes. You play Raw or SmackDown, and I usually play Raw because Raw like sucks right now, and kind of want to make a better show. Dante, I did play Dante's Inferno. I don't know. I don't think I've seen the new Roddy Piper documentary yet. Roddy Piper is Canadian like me. There was a recent show, like even if you don't like wrestling, there's a show that you should watch called Dark Side of the Ring, and they did this one on Nick Gage the other day, and there's some brutal sequences in that. Yeah, I'm actually caught up. The start of the season with Brian Pillman. I'm a huge Brian Pillman fan, so that was a bit. Some of that was a bit like rough, but the Nick Gage one was brutal. And it was a two-parter. For those that don't know or that don't normally watch like wrestling but just like documentaries, Dark Side of the Ring is like this show which really literally that's what it does. It looks at the really it may not make you a wrestling fan when you watch it because it looks at some pretty brutal behind the scenes stuff that happens and whether it be like death murders sometimes that happen. You were asking the wrong person's uh William with that. I haven't used it for gaming at all. Now my son actually has got a Nitro 5 and uses it for gaming. It's actually streamed on it. I'm not sure. Vice is the company that does Vice. They do like documentaries and so Vice does Dark Side of the Ring. I got it because I got Crave, which is like has HBO and it comes with HBO. I like that gimmick. Those voice pop episodes on YouTube. Wow. Okay. Definitely check him out. I mean, like you don't have to like wrestling to like Dark Side of the Ring. You don't have to know anything about wrestling like Dark Side of the Ring. You're if you like murder stories, you're gonna like Dark Side of the Ring. Uh, they have some really good stuff on there. They had the Chris Benoit thing on there. They talked about the Jimmy Snuka case, and oh man, if you didn't like the WWE before, you're not gonna like them at all after watching Dark Side of the Ring. Because yeah, allegedly, allegedly, some of them, some of them pretty evil. Just putting it out there. Some are allegedly pretty evil. Is voice on? But I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't seen any voice come on like any of my Disney Plus stuff. It comes on my HBO stuff though. Bro. I watched that episode actually. That ruined a lot of careers, man. And the Jimmy Snuka one too. Like that was pretty bad. Like they screwed over Bart Gunn. They so screwed over Bart Gunn. There's no two ways about it. Love this here. I've got a little thing on here. That's that's the one, Dennis. Really good show. Can be depressing at times because it's Dark Side of the Ring, so it rarely ends with like and everybody's happy. It's usually and this person died. There's a murder. This person committed suicide. This person's career is legitimately over. Stuff like that. And they'll have some two parters which are really good. They had like second season had like a Chris Benoit two parter, and obviously just tea, man. I wish I was drinking something more though. I thought about having a whiskey tonight, but I didn't have any ice. Just like a small one. I was initially gonna have some like French vanilla coffee, but I was too lazy to make it. Well, Doctor Death Man, because he was legit. Like he's a tough guy. Steve Williams was legitimately like a tough guy. Like Steve Austin, that's his real name, Steve Williams, but he had to change his name because there was already Steve Williams in wrestling. So you guys, you get a little bit of everything. Tonight we looked at Giallos. We looked at Criterion's release. We looked at Disney for crying out loud. We looked at Disney Blu-ray releases. I've kind of convinced myself to join the Disney Movie Club again. Now I got to convince my better half. I did for my comic geek fans out there. I did pre-order Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four Volume 1, which I think comes out in late November. I hear the transfer is fantastic. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I just got it there the other day, and I'm slowly getting through. Well, I got through Phenomenon. Like I watched Phenomenon, and I watched the documentary, which is like 2 hours long. What a great documentary, by the way. And I watched some of the other features. So I have not yet got around to the other ones. Like some of them I'm gonna watch with my better half. Like obviously Pitch Black, I cannot watch but by myself. My better half wants to watch that. Like that's for certain. Crash probably not so much. He's not so big on that one. But that's me. That's a me thing. I love Crash. I love Cronenberg. But I've heard the transfer is amazing. Yeah, his name is Marion. That's where the whole Johnny Cash song, "A Boy Named Sue," comes from. But there you go. I think I've bored you guys enough already with going off on random tangents all over the place. I am Aaron. For those that came in late and are wondering, this is what I unboxed tonight. right here. 9 titles. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for coming in here. Have a fantastic, wonderful, amazing night. Enjoy your evening. If you've if you follow me on Twitch, Aaron Sucks at Games, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you're a Patreon member and you're going to be here for the Friday video, we're going to be talking about the new news coming up from Vinegar Syndrome, and you're wondering, like, where's all the Vinegar Syndrome news at? I still talk about it on this here, but if you want to get it like kind of up to date at the time, I have a Patreon, and we do like live secret videos, exclusive ones. Check that out. There's also merch and all that stuff, good stuff there. Hit the like button. Make yourself happy. Make me happy. I'll see you right here in the Coliseum really soon.